call me Thorburn, John A. Staff Sergeant, marksman, skillin', killin', illin'. I'm able and willing, kill a village elephant, raping and pillage a village. Illegitimate killers, U.S. military guerrillas. This ain't no real war, Vietnam shit. World War II, that's a war. This is.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Sinumatic, and this is another gameplay from Archive. His link will be in the description. Even if you don't go subscribe, go check him out. He's got some beast gameplays on his channel, and he's a good friend of mine. Anyways, I chose this longer video because I had something that I wanted to talk about, and it is Black Ops 2 related. Basically, they're getting ready to release a patch. They've already released it for the PS3, and I'm not going to sit here and go over everything that's in the patch. I will link it in the description where they talk about all of the things they've done with the patch. Now, the one thing that I did not see mentioned in the patch was anything lag-orientated, lag compensation, or just, you know, your host experience or anything like that. Jive Turkey did say in his video that he thought that it played better, but he could just be imagining things, that he thought that the hit detection and lag problems were a little bit better after the patch. That's yet to be determined by me, myself, because it doesn't drop on Xbox for another day or two. But here's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, there's so many variables when it comes to this game. And some of the problems, I think, are the community issues, and other problems are, you know, some developer issues that I don't know if we'll ever come to a happy medium with all of that. First of all, I wanted to talk about some of these issues. I feel like they're community orientated and the game developers' issues at the same time. For one, they're gonna raise the UAV up to where it's harder to get. Honestly, I don't think that it was too high to begin with. I feel like some of the other kill streaks are a little bit too high. And let me tell you why I think this is an issue. I don't think the developer really cared about how easy or hard it was to get a score streak. The problem is that the community bitches that everyone's throwing up UAVs. Everybody's throwing up UAVs. Here's the thing. Regardless of whether you think the UAV is too easy to get or too hard to get, if you don't want to use it, you don't use it. But what these people that are mad about it, they're mad because they're trying to get VTOL warships and, you know, all the bigger streaks. And then if they run into a team that is saying, you know, I don't care about the bigger streaks, I'm going to run a UAV, they're like, oh, I'm getting UAV spammed. I can't get my high kill streaks because I'm always on the mini-map. Well, your option there is to run Ghost, for one, which they're patching Ghost too and making it where when you're shooting your gun, you don't show up on the radar. Because up until now, you do show up on the radar if you're not consistently just straight running. Every time you stop, you show up on the radar. But that's one of the things that I wanted to touch on, and it kind of leads into the other things that I wanted to discuss. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure. Everyone says it. I don't know. I don't necessarily believe it, but they say skill-based matchmaking is in public matches. Now, here's where this becomes an issue. Not to knock the competitive gaming scene. I have respect for the competitive gaming scene, but Call of Duty on a wide scale was never accepted as a competitive game. Why? Because it's a Twitch shooter. Unlike Halo, where you have to outgun somebody, this is kind of, supposedly, except for when you get bad lag, this game is supposed to work where if you see the person, you shoot them first and you kill them. Or if they shoot you first, they'll usually kill you in most situations, unless the person that you were in gunfight with can't keep his gun aimed. Then you might be able to outgun him. But the majority of the time, whoever shoots first will get the kill. So therefore, this is a Twitch shooter, and, you know, people can say whatever they want. But on the competitive scene, Halo 2, Halo 3, both were at the top when it came to first-person shooters. Call of Duty was not really taken as seriously. But now, you know, evidently the developers have listened to the competitive gaming scene and said they was going to try to make the game more competitive. Therefore, skill-based matchmaking and all that. Now, I do agree, you know, competitive should have their own playlist like they do, the League Play. Just like in Halo, you have MLG. I believe that they should have that because competitive gamers should have an area for them to go advance and play. Now, when it comes to regular matchmaking, we got to make a decision because, see, the community says one thing and wants another. You know, you have a lot of these commentators, the people that play the game and post videos on YouTube, whatever you want to call them, that say, you know, they want a competitive, you know, not competitive, but they want to get their games against decent players. And what I'm saying here is, I've seen people say, oh, you got that good gameplay because you're playing against a bunch of noobs. Well, that's how you get a good gameplay. You play against a bunch of scrubs. You don't get some 101 gameplay playing against legitimate players unless there's a big lag issue in the game. That would not happen. You're not going to outplay good players. It just doesn't work like that. So you have to decide, do you want to see nasty gameplays, you know, 40 and 1s all the way up to 100 and 1s and all that kind of stuff in the game, or do you want to see more competitive play? Competitive games would be like going positive 10 or 15. To me, that's the way I see a competitive game. If you're going to get a good game in a competitive game, you're probably going to only go positive 10, positive 15. But people playing the game and posting videos, they've raised the standard of what you're supposed to get as a gameplay, which, you know, I don't really believe in these huge standards. But if you're like, some people will say, if I don't get more than 30 kills and less than 10 deaths, you know, they won't post it, which is fine. It's whatever anybody wants to do. But you can't have everything. You can't play against good players and get just disgusting gameplays. I've played against some of these amazing, so-called amazing players, and I've went, you know, they're better than me. I went negative, but they're not dropping 100 kill games on me. It's not going to happen because I won't let it happen. I'll make sure that I go kill them. That's the competitiveness that I see in that. But either way, hopefully they get this game right. The lag, the only issues I have right now, I've said from the beginning, I think the maps are terrible. Too many. I like flank spots, but there's too many flank areas, too many head glitching spots for the way that they have the respawn system in. They have you spawning by your teammate no matter whether he's in a gun battle or not. So therefore, if your teammate's pushing spawn, you might spawn right by him and get spawn killed automatically. Or the enemy might be in your spawn, and instead of flipping the spawn, it might wait a minute to do it, and you're going to spawn right in front of the enemy shooting at you. So those are things that I feel like need to be addressed somewhat, somehow. The lag, I know there is a lag issue in this game. But like I said, the maps are an issue with me personally, but that's something that they're not going to change. Okay, I can deal with that if they fix the lag. And they need to start penalizing players for quitting out. But, you know, I've got people, and I'm not going to say, like, you know, if somebody's getting a 100 kill game, I guess if I was on the other team, I probably would quit out if I couldn't kill them. But, you know, there's no penalization for quitting out of multiple games. So now you have people that are losing by like 10 and they just automatically quit out. They're like losing by like 10 kill confirms, or it's like 150 to 100 on domination, and they just quit out because they don't feel like they're going to be able to win, even though they're not getting slaughtered. I don't know. I'm just saying, as a community, if the community wants to talk to the developers and get the game changed around, we need to have some kind of forum or something to where they can say, look, this is what the majority of gamers want, and then make changes, not just go by, well, this guy's got a lot of subs, or this guy's a competitive gamer, or anything like that. And I'm running out of time, and there's one other thing I wanted to touch on. What the fuck was it? Okay, since I'm running out of time, I just wanted to say that, you know, when I play a video game, I want it to be fun. I don't necessarily want it to be where I can go positive 75, but I want the gameplay experience to be fun. And unfortunately, you know, for the people that aren't good at this game, I think that Call of Duty as a franchise needs to stop figuring out ways to make it easier for them and just go with the fact that the majority of players on here are average or mediocre, and make the gameplay to where it doesn't, you know, award you for being a bad player. And if you're a good player, you'll be good. If you're a bad player, you'll be bad, and that's just how it is. I mean, that's pretty much, like I said, I'm an average player, so I don't expect to get 100 kill games, but, you know, I should be able to get what I should be able to get. not what the game gives me because of lag compensation or anything else like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I don't know, drop a like if you did. I'm out. Peace.